Hi guys, it's Celeste. Wait here. I'm gonna get myself a drink. I'm gonna be right back. Just wait a minute. This is crazy. You're not gonna believe me, but if you saw the last video, that's the card that I literally just found walking back here just now. Yeah, so, you might recognize that. I just got myself some unsweet tea, which earlier I thought it was sweet tea, but I should have known that it was going to be unsweet tea because my brain was already starting to work out that next movie scene in my mind, right? So not like my brain just told me it was unsweet tea, but basically when it's sweet tea, like, how do I explain this? You're gonna think I'm crazy. Well, if you do, that doesn't actually matter, because you know what? If you think I'm crazy, automatically, or if you're searching for reasons to believe that, then that's actually none of my business, because then that would be me catering and talking to the types of people who will intentionally misinterpret me, which is not my job. If you can't take it into your own hands to, interpret people with like actual reason and not like seek to find a way that they're wrong all the time or like not as good as you, then it's not my business. It's not my business. And people, that's definitely not even really something I'm trying to unlearn necessarily. I'm like, I guess it's fine that my brain naturally like, reasons. What even is what? Reasons or factors in the fact that no matter what I say, there are like specific people who will be like, that doesn't even go with my belief system, so it's automatically not true for anybody on the entire planet. Those people, not my problem. You're gonna teach yourself, somebody else is gonna teach you, whatever. Maybe you don't have to learn anything. Maybe you're perfectly happy not liking anybody or anything. Maybe you're perfectly happy that way. And who am I to change something so important for you? Your opportunity to hate everything, your opportunity to not believe in magic or love or life or opportunities or like anything positive in the entire world. Who am I to change that for you? Earth? Once in a, wow, there was, I don't know if you saw it, it's like a black butterfly just went like right here, like, but I was gonna, Earth? I said Earth before that happened. I meant like, oh, they chose to like incarnate on Earth. Wow. Like they have the opportunity to forget everything else, right? And to be like, you know, maybe I hate everything because nothing exists anywhere, ever. Who would I be to change that for you if that's what you want? There's like cute little butterflies everywhere, but who would I be to change that for you, right? On what planet? Where are you gonna have the opportunity, right? If you think about it, if you're gonna reincarnate other places, maybe some of the time you remember that you even chose to reincarnate here, you know? And if you're only here to forget for a little bit just to see what would happen, who would I be to ruin that for you, right? If you're trying to protect the made up like truth of the fact that you didn't reincarnate to be here, whatever, like by all means, enjoy that, have that, enjoy that trauma that you want, that your soul is here to get, have it, go ahead. I am not gonna stop you, I'm not gonna get in your way because here's the thing. I mean, yes, if you come to me and you want good advice, I will give you good advice. I will, no matter what, even if you don't want good advice, I will give you good advice. But if you're not gonna follow the good advice, if your soul is genuinely here because you want some type of like initiation that's gonna be really hard to get, and maybe you have to go through a specific type of trauma in order to understand everything you need for it, then who would I be to get in your way of whatever that is that you're here to get, right? So if you want to set out to intentionally misinterpret people, I guess by all means you're gonna do it anyway. We might as well just say do it. Like, I don't know. It's kind of dramatic. Do you hear the little animals? There's spirits here. By spirits, you know, I mean spirits of the earth. That includes animals. I love just like the fruitful like animal spirits. Like they're so beautiful, so like serene and mystical. That's what Earth feels like to me right now, is like animal spirits. When I was born, it used, or like before I was born to transitioning to like when I was born, like as a baby, obviously, like, you know, when I was born, it kind of felt like Earth felt like having an open heart chakra, because I felt like maybe mine like was not as open at the time. So to me, like the idea of like reincarnating on Earth was like, oh, I'm going to have like a more open heart chakra. So I was like, of course I'll do that. Like, what? But now it feels like spiritual energy, like the spirit animals of spiritual, like higher selves of animals, right? If you would say like, oh, all dogs of this breed have the same like higher self, right? These like larger spiritual entities that like encompass more of that specific animal's energy. That's like what Earth feels like to me. So while it's still relating to the heart chakra, it's a pretty huge upgrade. It's a pretty huge upgrade. Oh yeah, so this is unsweet tea. I should have known it was unsweet tea before I even poured it, before I even checked, but earlier I didn't know that it was, because I was like, maybe it's sweet tea. I mean, my dad only buys like unsweet tea, so like you could reason that maybe my brain somehow like knew it that way, and that does further support what I'm saying as well. Like, it still further supports what I'm going to say. Actually, it does even more strongly. Because I'm not saying there was... Sorry, there's something in my eye. Oh, wait, I thought you weren't going to, like, believe me again. So there's something in my eye, because I don't feel, like, accepted by you. Oops. You know what? It's fine. I don't know. I was gonna say, for the people that my eye, you know what? I'm so done with the fact that no matter what, I have eyelashes in my eye. They grow like, instead of growing like up like that, they grow down like into my eye. Every time. Is this something I'm supposed to like deactivate in my DNA, or am I just supposed to accept that I'm unlucky and that area of my life. I don't accept that. Are you kidding? I've never accepted that in any category of my life ever. Like, I've never been like, oh, that's fine. That's not something I'm gonna change somehow. I'm not like, oh, okay, it's like fine that, you know, that something in my life isn't perfect. I'm more like, here's my list of things that I'm gonna change, and it keeps getting longer. Here's my list of things that I'm working on right now. Half of them are my active DNA. Like, half of it is literally like, I'm not even kidding. If I said like, what are the top 10 things that I want to change about myself right now? Half of them would be things that like mad scientists who are like obsessed with quantum physics and are also spiritual would not even believe you could change about yourself. They would be like, that's not even in our realm of like what we accept as like possible. They'd be like, you have to accept at some point that you're not gonna change, like, you know. But they're still on my list of things that I want to upgrade because, you know, I'm definitely interested in updating myself anytime that I can. I never take a break. It's growing, it's updating myself always. What I was gonna say about the tea. I heard something. What I was going to say about the tea is that my mind always Actually, the reason why I haven't said it yet is because it requires even more backstory and explanation so that we'll fully be on the same page, okay? Oh, it wasn't even a mosquito, it was like a little fly, but I said like, my brain was like, it might be a mosquito, I'm gonna kill it. It didn't die. Like, it escaped, but I'm kind of glad it did because it was just a fly. But also, there was a mosquito in my hand though. So, you know what? But that kind of further like what I just said. Okay, let me just say it because the universe is trying to force me to say it. So if I don't say it, the universe is gonna like force me to say it in a more dramatic way, possibly. I, at some point, well, wait, I'm saying that the wrong way. So basically, in my life, the present moment is like a metaphor or a representation of the future. I was watching a butterfly and, you know, it was kind of helping my train of thought a little bit to fully be like, that's exactly what I'm saying. In the right way, because I have to say things in the right way, otherwise it's going to like mess up my whole day. So I'm always trying to like recalculate like exactly the like tone of voice I have to have in each exact moment, because if I like mess it up even a tiny bit, I swear it would ruin my whole day. That's dramatic. That's dramatic. Like, it doesn't like interfere with like my life. I'm like watching wasps on the grass and it's kind of cute, but like, what are they even doing? I'm kind of judging them, but they're cute and they're like at peace and just living their lives, and it's kind of nice, like, you know, whatever, they add to the scenery, like, they're, you know. I've never been stung by a wasp, or I'd probably have some type of like, I wouldn't hold it against them, but I would definitely like hold it against myself enough that then leading into what I wanted to say before, but I keep getting not really sidetracked. I keep like procrastinating, not even, but I keep thinking of like, what would be the perfect way to say that? It's like, did I say already that like the future, the past, the present represents the future? But, oh, little butterfly. It could have come a little closer and you guys would have seen it. It was like a little bit like near you. Like it was pretty good. You missed that. You almost saw it, and like, I don't really feel bad for you, but I think you could have tried harder. Oh. This is already at 15 minutes. It's gonna be like a long video a little bit. Which is fine, like I don't dislike that. Like I think it's cool if you wanna like hang out and like stay a while, you know? Ew, I must have set down the cup, and so like the bottom has like a little bit of dirt, and there was like condensation, and it just like, you know, it got like on me, and I was kind of like, how did that happen? Yeah. But I think it just dripped off the bottom, because I don't remember setting the cup down on my ankle. Like I think I would have remembered that, but I actually don't know. Like just now I'm like, did I don't know. I kind of hate unsweet tea, but I hate sweet tea more. And okay, so to explain the situation with the tea, oh, well, I kind of did explain that. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, I wanted to say like exactly how I knew that it was going to be unsweet tea, but you still need even more backstory. The amount of backstory you need, and my reluctance to give it to you, even when I just want to tell you like a cute short story, but I'm like, you wouldn't believe me if you didn't know the whole thing, or you wouldn't get it if you didn't know the whole thing. Like, you should know the whole thing. You should know the whole thing. But it's also like we're hanging out, so like stories, when you're hanging out with somebody, stories are not really told to you in like, you know, the traditional way we're like trained to think they are. Stories, when you're actually hanging out with your friend, they're told to you in little bite-sized pieces so you can digest one bite of it. Your friend could be like, are they getting it? Are they understanding? Okay, I can give them a little bit more. Like, and then you're like, I think I'm getting it. I think I'm understanding. Like, okay, I think I'm ready for more story. And then they give you like another bite of it. And you're like, okay, like I get it. Kind of, not really. But, you know, it's like that. It's like that. I always, you know, sorry, I'm like taking apart grass in my hand, but I trained my mind that anytime I'm taking apart something in my hand, I go like straight into a meditation. So that's actually like a really good life hack though. Do something specific every time that you want to like quickly like snap into a meditation, and then you repeat that task anytime you want to quickly like force your brain into like a meditation, right? So it's almost like I trained myself to be like hypnotized by my own actions, because I just like fully like snap into like a meditative state if I do like one specific action that I already trained myself like to do when I want to. Like, does everybody train themselves to be hypnotized instantly? See, that's another thing. Everything that I do that I'm like, maybe this is innovative, then I'm like, wait, no, like maybe every person I've ever met in my entire life has already done this. So the whole time I can't tell if I've ever done something like original. Sorry, I was like itching my mosquito bites that I don't remember happening. You guys didn't like bite me, did you? Are you even listening? Are you even listening? You didn't like bite me, did you? Like, you didn't like mosquito bite me on my ankle through the phone, did you? Like, one of you did. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Are you even listening? Like, I don't believe you. Yeah. Did I tell you this story yet? I don't think I did. Wait, sorry, I made it focus on the tree. Do you want it to focus on me? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. No, you probably do. it's so hot out for me to wear this long sleeve shirt, but I also didn't even tell you guys, I basically like threw away most of the clothes that I had, which I know you're gonna be like, why didn't you give it away? Why'd you throw it away? That's a story too. Don't judge me. Don't judge me till you know the story. Okay? Okay. And that story is gonna take like another minute for me to tell you. This is gonna be a long video. This video is gonna be like an hour, so like if you're gonna stay, like if you're gonna be here, like I love you, like that's pretty cool. Like, can't even believe it. It's almost like you're going away for college with how long you're staying on these videos. Like, it's pretty good. Like, this might as well be like your professor giving you like a lesson if you're here for that long. You're welcome. I actually think that's pretty cool. But if you think about it, the fact that you're watching my video for longer really just means that's like less time you have to spend in between clicking from the end of this video to the next one of my videos. So if you think about it, you really just get to hang out with me for longer. Yeah, you really just get to like, no thank you. But yeah, if you think about it, you really just get to like hang out with me for longer without like tapping your screen to make it another video. Exactly. So like it's better. I didn't even put on my shoes the right way. I wasn't trying to show you my feet or anything. Don't be like that. But see, I didn't even put on my... You definitely just thought I was trying to show you my feet. It's not like that, dude. Get it together. What head are you wearing? What does that even mean? Imagine somebody goes to their closet, they physically take off their head and just like switch it from another one that was like on a mannequin. Like, like which brain are you wearing right now? Like obviously I wasn't trying to show you my feet. How could you ever do that? You didn't. I'm just accusing you of a lot of things right now. Ew, there's two, what are those? What even are those? Ew, love bugs are like, I don't know what's wrong with them. Like, okay, when love bugs are like mating, when they're like connected, and only one is flying, the other one's just laying there, like, ah! But like, one of them, I don't know, it's weird, it's funny. Like, what's even going on? Love bugs are like the bugs that I like kind of hate the most, I think. Like they're weirdos. They're really weirdos. Like, we don't want to see all that. Like, I don't think we do. Does anybody look at love bugs and they're like, I'm so glad I got to see that today? No. No, nobody ever said that was like good or a good idea. Nobody was like, yes, I'm so glad the love bugs are like near me. No. Do the love bugs even like have a preference between one other love bug and another love bug because they all look the same? Do love bugs look different to each other, or do they all look the same to each other? That's like even worse. I'm like being so mean to them. I'm being so mean to them. You know what? I'm sure they have like a really great like animal spirit, higher self. It's probably so adorable, so sweet, so kind, but I kind of feel like it doesn't look like a love bug at all. Like I feel like it would look like some type of bear that's like cute. I don't know. I don't know. And then sometimes my brain, what even is that? Just my lip. It's like chapped. Oh, I forgot. I didn't think I was gonna talk about nothing for so long. I brought... I kind of like these. Like, they're like unnecessarily fun. Like, I feel like whoever made these had like a really strong heart chakra and they really like put a lot of their love into it, but they also had like a deep understanding of like their root chakra, and like those two specifically, like they had a really strong root chakra, so they were like, I can do something just for fun and it's not going to be a temporary experience to people, which is pretty strong root chakra on earth, because most people are like, everything's temporary, bro. But I feel like they had already had that sorted out by the time that they even got into the concept of like drawing the first plan of these. And for that reason, these are pretty good, but they're also just like sparkly. Like, who doesn't want, ew. It just like, you know when you like open like one of those like squishy things like that? Not squishy things, whatever you call it. Like the lip gloss that breathes, okay? Like, and then you accidentally squirt some out. I hate that. I hate using my finger to like do that. Like, I can't believe I have to do that. No, I can't believe that I had to do that. Like, there was like a fly on me too. Like, I can't believe that I had to do that. It's such a degrading experience when you squirt some out and then you can't use the little applicator part to put it on your lips, and then you get it on your hand and you have to like wipe that off. Like, that's such a degrading experience. Like, I deserve so much better than for that to happen. Like, I can't believe that just happened to me. I actually can't believe it. I actually did a pretty good job wiping it off my finger though, like it's fully gone, but like I just can't believe that even happened. Like, I feel disrespected by my own self. Like, I can't believe that happened. But my lips are not dry anymore. How did it take me so long to be like, they're not dry? Oh, a wasp is coming over here. Ew, ew, ew. It got so close, I didn't know what to do, so I just made it think it was gross and then it ran away. I don't know. I never told you the story about the tea, but I also think I invited you to hear like several other stories that I like forgot to tell you, but it's okay because the experience is like why you're here. It's the experience that you're here for, not the stories. It's actually the time you've spent waiting for the story that represents the story most. And when you kind of learn the most about the story is all the time that you had to like spend waiting for the story to even happen, right? Or for you to even hear it. Yeah, so the tea. So the other day at my work, I work for can I talk? I work at Chick-fil-A. So, basically the other day at my job, a customer was asking for tea. I forgot what type of tea it was. Like, I walked all the way over, like, got the cup, walked myself over, about to pour the tea in, and I was like, wait a minute, I forgot what type of tea they want. So then I had to go back, ask them what type of tea it was, because I didn't want to do it wrong, and then they'd be like, do you even know what type of tea I want? I don't think they would say that, but like, you know, like, I didn't want them to be like, oh, you got the wrong type of tea. Like, should I not ask for a different tea? Should I ask for a different tea? I didn't want them to even go through all that. Obviously, you have to do it the right way. You have to be like, no, they want like this type of tea. It sounds like I'm over explaining it, but my mental process through it all was like, I was already telling myself something that represents the type of tea that they wanted. I was showing myself, trying to like knock myself out of it and be like, no, like, this is obviously the type of tea that they want, and you're about to find out in like 2 seconds, and you're gonna be like, why do I have to walk over there and do it again? Like, exactly. So it was like my higher self was trying to like play this game with me, where it was showing me all of the times that I was like told to be nice to people when I didn't want to, or when I was like annoyed with them, but I was like told, like, in life, like situations where I still had to like be nice to them, even though like I felt like that wasn't really like a fair thing. When, you know what I mean? You know when somebody is like so like mean to you, but then you still have to like be nice to them, right? So all those situations where I was like kind of like forced to be nice to somebody were like what my higher self was showing me while I was trying to figure out what type of tea it was. Like, I couldn't remember it all, but my higher self was like, remember all the times that you had to be nice to somebody, like, you didn't, like, you had to be, like, overly sweet? Yeah, it's sweet tea. Like, my higher self was, like, you know, trying to, like, show me, like, it's sweet tea, like that, you know? And so, I didn't, like, fully I fully realized that after the customer was like, it's sweet tea, and then I was like, oh, my higher self was trying to show me the entire time that it was sweet tea, and like I just wasn't getting it. I just didn't trust myself that like if I were forced to be overly nice to somebody, that I'm literally just being overly sweet to them. Like I was playing this weird game in my mind where I was like, no, like I must not be like smart enough to like accurately do that, because nobody is that psychic apparently. But like really is it that psychic to just know that like if you're nice, you're sweet? Like it's not hard to figure out, but people constantly will be like, nobody is psychic, you're just crazy. No, it's not hard to know that being nice is also being sweet. Like it's not hard. Like it's not hard. But to believe yourself after people tell you you're wrong like 10 million times, that could be like a little tiny bit harder to like believe yourself on. Okay, so that is the first part of the story that leads up to then the unsweet tea today. I knew that, sorry, I got distracted because I was like, I kind of look good right now, but then I was like, if I acknowledge that, it's going to go away. But then I was also like, maybe you have an open enough heart that you would still want to watch me even if I didn't look perfect. And if I believe that, then I will look even better. I'm constantly playing some kind of, it comes true, and that's the only reason I keep playing these games with myself. Otherwise I would have moved on to something else. But like, why am I sighing like that? I'm just like pretending to be annoyed with you when I'm not. Like you didn't do anything. That was fully pretend. That was fully fake. But if I do that, I realized that if you randomly fake sigh sometimes, you will have an easier life. Is that a little bit weird? Probably. Is it a little bit like, maybe I'm just pretending to be slightly meaner than I am, and I have like a 10 times better life? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Like, that's all I have to do? That's all I had to do the entire time, is like dramatically fake sigh sometimes, and people will be like, you know, like helping with things. I don't know. Am I mean? Is that wrong? That can't possibly be wrong. It's not like I said something actually mean. I just like fake sighed. I just like pretended to be annoyed with you. If you do pretend to be like, okay, don't pretend that you're not annoyed with people, because then they'll think you're fine. Randomly pretend that you are annoyed when you're not, and then your life will get like 40 times easier, because people will be like, oh, you're already stressed to the point where you can't even control the fact that you're like letting out a sigh. So life must be that hard, so your life is gonna get 20 times, 40 times easier. It's not even like really like manipulative. Like I kind of like subconsciously became programmed to like just randomly fake sigh and see what happens, and then I just struck gold, and people were like, do you want help with anything in your life? Like, how's life? Like like I don't know. Instead of pretending to not be bothered, which is what I would do before, I'd be like, no matter what, I can't show any signs that I'm ever bothered with anything in life. But then like, I don't know, at some point I was like, you know what, like it wouldn't be the end of the world if I just like fake sighed right now. Like actually it'd be kind of funny. Like it'd be kind of funny. And then I just did it. One second. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if it's just me or if I already made myself completely look different, but that's fine. I don't know what, there's no way I look the same as I did before. And I didn't do anything that I'm aware of, but that's fine. My higher self literally alters these things constantly, and it's fine. I swear. No, like I swear, whatever. I'm not in control. My higher self is like tweaking everything a tiny bit as far as like how I look. Not my perception, but how I look changes, you know? What happened was I accidentally dropped you guys, and I wasn't gonna end the video, but then I was like, I'm just wearing like these little shorts, so I wanted to make sure that like you didn't like see too much when you fell, because I was like, you know, I was like, didn't think it was that kind of video. I don't know, like, exactly. Oh. I was gonna tell you something else, but I think I waited this far into the video to even start talking about, like, oh, this is so fun. Do you ever get those sticks where it has like the little curly thing and then you get to like unravel it? I love to like straighten those out and then just like take them off. Like, it's so fun. I don't know. Taking apart nature is like so funny. Let's hope that's not a metaphor for how the earth feels. What was that? You didn't hear that, but I did. I looked up and I swear to you, I heard as if like a squirrel or a rabbit were like right next to me, and so I was like expecting that. I was like, oh, that's cute, like animal friends, like a little squirrel or a rabbit's joining me, like that's cute, that's nice. But I look over and, you know, the size of the animal that was there should have been a squirrel or a rabbit, judging by the sound, but the animal is non-existent completely. So it was fun. I don't know, you should have been there. You should have seen it. Ow. I have this spot on my cheek that I had like bitten. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but other than that, I just bit my spot on my cheek again. That's like, you know, not a fun experience. Did I even tell you the story? I totally forgot. No, I didn't. Oh yeah, so basically the story, wait, I didn't tell you either one, did I? No, I did tell you the story about the tea. I did. But I didn't tell you the story about basically with the unsweet tea, it was the opposite of the sweet tea. It was more like my higher self was showing me everything that I don't feel sweet towards. And so by the time that I realized it was unsweet tea, I was like, first of all, obviously, because my dad only buys like the unsweet tea. So I was like, obviously. But then I was like, well, obviously again, because my higher self just showed me everything that I like didn't feel sweet towards, you know? And so the fact that that was even like a moment was kind of funny. Oh, and so it sounds stupid too, because I'll like predict the future that I know all the time, but like it's not even that it's predicting it that's like the fun part. It's the fact that my higher self is like sort of giving me like clues about things. That's the fun part. That's the part that I actually find like worth knowing and worth caring about. The fact that I technically knew the future is like doesn't matter, like doesn't exist to me. Like I don't care about any of that. Like, you know, I mean, the initiation for that wasn't fun because you have to be able to be in like this high stress mental environment, not physical environment, but like, you know, you have to basically know the future in very short increments in a way that's like 10 million times more stressful than it needs to be. Yeah, basically so that you can like incorrectly predict it enough times that like you can prove to yourself that, you know, one and however many times you can prove it. My higher self put me through some weird stuff. My higher self put me through some weird stuff. That's the moral of the story. And that, I don't know, is everybody playing these games in their internal psyche where they're constantly trying to make it more complex and they're constantly trying to like test themselves, like just, you know, to figure out what else they can learn to do like every minute? Because every time I like learn to do something or like anything like that, that actually was a real sigh. I was so annoyed with like the little bird back there. Like I was like, why are you doing that? Like it's not necessary. Oh, I really like that cloud. Like that whole moment made me see this cloud and it's really nice. It's really outdoing the ones next to it because it has so much definition around the edges. The other ones are like, you can't even see it. I gotta help you. Did you see it? Sorry, I'm like in your face, but I can't make you balance anymore. Okay, I think I got you to balance for now. Ow. You know when you sit on grass in like small shorts for a while and then you're like, actually the grass is like leaving an imprint in my flesh and it kind of hurts. I should like for fun and like it was kind of good. I'm not annoyed with you, like I don't know why. I really initiated myself into randomly doing that for fun when I'm not paying attention, like still, like I don't know, it's not going away. Oh, so now we've reached the point of the video where I'm going to show you like some other things. I have like a little basket of things that sorry, my brain was like auto-correcting me. I was gonna say like, you know, like I have like a little basket of things that I like, and my brain was like, no, things that I feed myself. I don't physically eat like these objects, but I meant like food for the soul. But like my brain was like, you have to say that in the video, like that's actually a requirement. You have to, like if you're going to make this video, if you're going to post it, you have to say this in the video. You have to say that like these items are actually food for your soul. I was like, fine, if it's that big of a deal, I will say that. This is like food for the soul, okay? Was I doing like ASMR? Like what am I doing? No, but the trees are. This smells so good. So, this object that's first, I got from Duchess Divinity. She's on YouTube. You guys should go subscribe to her. And she makes these products. This one I love. It is a twin flame potion. Now, I really like it. A brief thing about this, yeah, basically it smells so good that I'm like obsessed with it. Obviously not sponsored or anything, because she's also like, you know, she's a witch, she has a business, like her stuff is great, I love it. Yeah, but it's really good. I like this potion because it's like an opportunity to connect with the twin flame energy, both within myself and externally, just through a bottle, like through the product, you know? So like every time I smell it, it reinforces in my mind the idea that I'm like, oh, I snapped really well there. Like it sounded good. Like it normally doesn't. Like when I accidentally snap, like it sounds really good. Now when I intentionally do it, it doesn't sound as good. I look like I have like a halo. Like I look like, oh, I don't know. I looked like a god there. Like, oh, but what is this? We're doing like some designs now? We're doing some patterns, some designs? I don't know. But I love this. It's really amazing. It's one of my favorite things. It's in my basket of favorite things. You know, it's fun when you have like the opportunity to directly engage with an aspect of your god self, the aspect of yourself that has a twin flame and is a god. You know, whether you believe that's here or somewhere out there in the universe, the opportunity to relate to that directly is really special. And, you know, when it's available in a little bottle, it's just very easy. It's portable. You can go places, you can take that, you know, it's nice. I like it. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you guys. Now, these objects are like my, you know, I'm already showing you this just because it's like that special that it literally is in my hand. Like, I don't know. It's that good. It's that good. So this, you're probably like, what the fuck is that? What is that? Now, nobody knows what this is. Nobody knows what this is. Yeah, another thing that I just am obsessed with that nobody on the planet, probably like barely anyone like knows what that is. Like on Earth, not really, like who knows what that is? Nobody. There's already like light shining on me again. I feel like I'm like feeding my god self some raw, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm like doing it. Like, I'm really doing the damn thing. I don't know. Imagine I just get like a tan from that. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so good. Wait, did it work? I feel like I said that and then I like have a tan from it already. But what are these designs? We're doing some stuff. Are we upgrading my DNA? Like, why do I have lines right there? Like, that's a little bit like kind of different, right? I don't know. If we're upgrading my DNA with that, like, I feel like that's gonna look good because it kind of looks good to me. Like, if we're doing that, we're doing that. I feel like it did. It like made my cheeks like more prominent a little bit, like ever so slightly, you know. If that's what we're doing, like, I fully consent to that. Like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty different. You know. Okay. So, sorry, now the lighting is like bothering me. I'm like, are we doing too much of that? Because it looks a little overdone on my face right now. See? Like, it looks like we're doing a lot of that. And I don't know why, but it's not coming down, but I'm not gonna move. So whatever. If I meant to have that, I meant to have that. It's like bothering me now. Okay. So this is a painting by an artist that I found on TikTok. So the painting is called Rotten Chakras. So basically what this is that the girl who painted this, her friend channeled gods from another planet. And so these are those guys. The painting's Rotten Chakras. If you didn't catch that, I absolutely love it. I have a little sticker version of this that I have on my computer. And this painting I love because it's like, you know, a direct way to channel them. I've only connected with 2 of them so far, like as far as the level where I've channeled their names. So this little guy, oh yeah, so it's Rotten Chakras. So basically what that means is that each of these corresponds to, like, their focus is on one specific chakra. So the color, you know, corresponds to the chakra that their main focus is. So this little guy is named Ready or Not. He is the root chakra because he's red. This one right here with the mouth sewn shut is, well, she told me her name's Cypherin, like C-Y. How do you spell it? But like, not the normal spelling. It's like with a Y, like, you know, like C-Y and then like the rest of like, you know, Cypherin, like, I'm just gonna mess it up. But yeah, that's like her name. The other ones, like, I don't know their names yet. I don't even know their names yet. When I find out, maybe I'll tell you guys, I don't know. But yeah. Like, I kind of love, like, them a lot. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I feel like I've connected with the energy of, like, a lot of gods. And so gods from another planet that, like, nobody knows about on Earth barely. Because, like, the video got, like, 15,000 views, but it had, like, 100 likes, like, 10 comments, you know? So, like, yes, some people may have bought the painting just to have it. But how many people have directly from Earth contacted these gods and been like, hey, what's up, babe? Let's work together. Who has done that? Not very many people. So it increases the exclusivity of it, and it also increases their free time to work with you and, you know, almost like their dedication as well, because they're very infrequently seeing dedication from people who live on Earth, because like I said, like, it's really just people from other planets that know about them. You know, it's pretty cool. It would be like, you know, if somebody from, like, Mars or Venus decided to work with Zeus, he would be like, oh, nobody from those planets ever works with me. Of course I'll prioritize you. I feel like it would be kind of like that. Versus, like, all the people that are like, please, Zeus, work with me. He's like, why would I do that? Like, I feel like that's kind of the vibe. The dynamic. But when you're like the only one, it's pretty easy to be like the favorite, you know, working with a god, like the favorite student, you know, of Earth. Like, there's maybe like other planets where they might have like a higher like position on the like totem pole, like the timeline, whatever, you know. But as far as like on Earth, like barely anyone's working with them. So if you want to work with somebody who barely anybody works with and is basically like exclusive, like there might be like 1 or 2 people on the planet who even like believe that they're real and like know that they are enough to like work with them, then yeah, then I would recommend them. They're pretty good for even like beginning, like their energy is like very readily available. I mean, as far as like those two, like Ready or Not and Cypherin, and it's spelled like R-E-D, like apostrophe or like little like dash Y, like red, like root chakra, like the color red, you know, like a little apostrophe Y, and then or not is like spelled out like normal. Yeah, so it's, you know, it's fun. I love those guys. So that is another thing that I feed my soul that is, you know, top tier, really, really good. It's really important that you feed your soul the right food, because you really need to make sure you're connecting with within yourself the energy of you feeling like a god, or you feeling like your highest self, your divine essence. Like, especially if you have like a twin flame, you have to connect with the highest version of yourself quite often, just to even get through like the basic initiations of your journey. At some point you have to connect with like yourself, your higher self, your future self, your God self. You have to connect with somebody, like, if you even want to survive the journey, let alone ever meet your like twin flame, whatever, if you ever even want to get to like the survival basic necessities of that journey, you definitely have to be able to connect with like your higher self, your magical self, your God self, like on some level. The more of that you can do, the more you're going to be healing, especially like your root chakra, like your, you know, it's almost like you have to use the path of magic to then, or like meditation, higher self, anything, like you have to be able to use some of those resources to feed yourself what you need in order to get through like some of the basics, honestly, you know, in my opinion. But like, it's kind of just true that you'll notice that certain types of people have certain things, and a lot of that relates to what they feed their soul, what thoughts and ideas they surround themselves with, you know, affect all that. So another thing I have in my little basket is this deck. I still don't know how it's like pronounced. It's like Osho Zen or something. I don't remember the name. My mom said it like one time, and then I was like, I'm gonna remember that, but I'm never gonna look up the exact way to pronounce it. I'm just gonna use the exact way she said it. It's gonna be pretty good. Yeah, like I really still like this deck a lot. It has a lot of like, you know, really good prompts, like little pictures, and like this one just says consciousness, like that's so much to think about, like, you know. So you can like shuffle these, get a few, see how you feel, lose one, drop one under your bed, not see it for 5 years, whatever, and then you see it, you're like, maybe it means something, the fact that I just saw this random one today, like maybe not, probably not, but maybe. Yeah, so having it around is super fun, super cute. Oh, this is another deck my mom got me. So I think she got me this one for Christmas. Yeah, so it's an oracle deck. It just is like super attractor. This one I haven't even used that much yet because I've been so like mentally busy, so I haven't really even like gotten to it. But I do really like this type of deck because, again, you shuffle it, you see like prompts. They're actually like, you know, positive sayings, positive like things that you might need to hear from the universe. And I like the name that it's like super attractor, because it's kind of like you I'm just like shuffling for fun, but you know, whoa, things are falling. But yeah, I feel like it's like, I don't know, maybe like with manifestation, like if the universe wants us to like hear something, I'm just gonna shuffle it right now and see what we get. Like, I kind of feel like that's the vibe. Is it? Maybe not, but like it's the vibe right now because I decided it is. Can we even get one? Like, how hard is it to like make the deck give you something? In stillness, I receive. Look how pretty that is too. It's very pretty. So yeah, it's pretty cute. It's pretty fun. Now, I have more fun things that I'm about to get to. Not like, you know, more fun, but like, I mean like more objects of fun. Like, you know, more things that are also fun. Oh, there's a little bird. I think it's called a blue jay. The thing is, like, I know so much about like animal spirits, but I don't know so much about like basic like facts that people just memorize and copy and paste everywhere, because I also like I believe in them, but I don't. like if you Google like facts about blue jays, like, so someone just decided that was okay, people are gonna be haters, okay? People are gonna be like, that's not how it works, I can't believe you think that. I'm allowed to have opinions. I'm allowed to see the world differently than you. I'm allowed to be more magical than you. I'm allowed to invite other people to be more magical than you. I'm allowed to invite you to be more magical than you. But I see a lot of proven scientific facts as subject to change. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. So when I Google facts about a blue jay, I'm like, says who? Like, so what? It's been scientifically proven, because you've seen a blue jay do that one time, or 1,000 times, or 50 million times. I don't care. I don't care. Because even the proven past is subject to change in the future. It's just true. You mean to tell me you never changed one thing in your life about yourself? I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. If you hadn't, maybe you should. Maybe you should. Maybe you should see other people and things and yourself as subject to change. Because no matter what, change is like the only constant. So if we say, when we Google facts about a blue jay or whatever, the fact that they always have like 3 toes, that's not subject to change to you, but then you see a blue jay that doesn't have 3 toes and you're like, oh my god, I got in like a motorcycle accident, like I don't understand. Maybe sometimes they come with 3 toes, sometimes they come with 2 and you just didn't know. Like, oh no, it has like a scar where like one of the toes got ran over. You know what? You know what? Maybe it was like not even like that, but then you perceived it that way, and then you like actually changed it. Actually, that reminds me. Now, you're gonna be like, why would you believe that? Maybe you're not gonna be like that. But the other day, that actually happened in my life, not with a blue jay, but like, you don't get it. Like, portals are opening in my life like constantly. Like, timelines are, I'm a hoppin', okay? I'm a timeline. I'm a timeline hoppin'. I'm a changin'. I'm a timeline hoppin'. I'm a, you know, witnessing other people perceive things that then change them directly before my eyes. So the fact that I'm doing that all the time makes it pretty realistic that it like happens all the time. So the other day, now this is if you're not like so like interested in forcing yourself to misinterpret everything I say, but if you're actually listening and you can say that, you know, maybe what I witnessed is worth hearing out, then you're who I'm talking to, okay? So the other day at Chick-fil-A, I was talking to a coworker. Oh, I just burped, sorry. I'm not sorry. It was fun. Yeah, so basically, I was talking to a coworker. I had 2 tickets, like, you know, when the kitchen like prints out tickets or whatever. So it was drinks and food for the same table, same person, same table, but the names were spelled differently, which is really funny because the computer does all of that. Like, you only have the name of the customer typed in one time, right? Like, the cashier only types it in one time. And so I showed him the 2 tickets. I was like, this is so funny. Like, not that it's a problem, but like, it's so funny that these 2 tickets are for the same person, but like, the computer spelled the name 2 different ways. So the name started with an R, and then it was the weirdest name ever. Like, actually, from memory, the name was like R-E-V-E on one ticket. And when I showed him the second ticket, it was R-I-V-I on the other ticket. So I was like, isn't that so funny that like in my mind, I fully locked it in as I double checked these 10 times. Like, before I'm gonna show someone else, I'm not gonna look stupid. I'm gonna be like, no, I absolutely know what this says, okay? So I knew for a fact that it was so funny that the computer changed both of the vowels in both of the copies of the name to be different. Like, there were no, like it was not one letter that was changed. I knew for a fact it was 2 letters that were changed. I had this memorized before I even turned the tickets around to show him. I didn't hand it to him or anything, okay? I just turned it around to show him really quick. And he was like, oh, that is weird. Then, but like, he kind of looked at it like, what? Like, he looked at it with the look in his eyes like, it's not supposed to be that different. It's not supposed to be that different. Like, that was his energy a little bit. So then I turned them around, looked at them again. It's not even that they were the same. But, you know, one of them said R-E-V-E. The other one said R-I-V-E. And I was like, it's still true. Like, what I said, literally my teeth hurt. And when your teeth hurt, it's supposed to be like, you feel this so deeply that you feel it even like in your bones. Okay? So this is sorry, I had an alarm set so that I would like okay, a lot was happening. Okay, not really, but like I had an alarm set that like interrupted the video. It like ended it because I wanted to keep it under like a certain amount of time, right? And just to keep in mind like how much time I have, because I do have to go into Chick-fil-A today. And so I was like, let me keep track of like how much time there is, whatever. Oh yeah. And I was also, I let out the sigh because I was like frustrated about, an orange kitty is here to see me. An orange kitty is here to see me. Thank you for bringing your spiritual energy over here, orange kitty. And I don't even have an orange cat, but I appreciate to see you. Oh. Okay, interesting. This time, you're gonna think I'm crazy. You're gonna think I'm crazy. You already do. If you think I'm crazy, you already do. If you're actually onto like listening to me, then you already are. But my life is like very spiritual, very different, very fun. And not everyone's gonna get it. Some people are gonna be like, you're crazy. Really, when people say you're crazy, they're like, oh, you're diving so deep into the deep end of the water that like if I went there, my swimming is like not that good, so I would have drowned. And then I'm like, I'm just a good swimmer. Like, I'm just a better swimmer. And you're like, I don't believe you because you're still alive. That means you're crazy. I'm just like a good swimmer. Like, you're just not that good of a swimmer, and that's fine. In order to be a better swimmer, you have to like accept that like everybody starts somewhere. And I'm not even talking down to you. Like, I'm fully humbling myself every day. I'm fully saying to myself, it's okay, I don't know this. Like, everybody starts somewhere. If I know absolutely nothing tomorrow, like, everybody starts somewhere. Like, I'm fully, like, I am a-rolling into, like, everything, you know? But what I was gonna say, the first thing I was gonna say was that with those 2 tickets, well, but then I, like, felt it so deeply that it was, like, I felt it in my bones, in my teeth, right? Like, right here. But just for a second, it was like, you know, just so you know, this is a sign, this is true. But yeah, that is definitely a sign that I set up with myself, personally, but a lot of people have that sign set up with themselves as well, to be like a hint that, hey, this is, objectively true in your reality. Like, this actually did happen. If you're ever questioning your intuition, like, you need to know for a fact that what you think happened did happen, what you're saying might have happened. Did I drop it? I feel like I'm stressed because I feel like every time I drop you guys, I have to like check the video to make sure you're not like seeing everything. It's got to be on YouTube. It's got to be like not going to be taken down, you know. It's got to be like, yeah. So if I take anything out of the video, I'm only editing it so that it's like watchable. Like, via like, you're not seeing me like not wearing anything kind of thing. That's like all I'm editing out. Like, I'm not actually like editing the video. It's just like the basic, like, you know. Or if the video ever like abruptly ends, literally like an alarm went off on my phone or something, or I accidentally hit the button to like end it, and then I just started again. This is gonna be such a long video, but these are like important things to talk about. Like, we really should talk about them. Yeah, so I found it very strange that, like, you know, that not only just the thing with the name, the thing with the, because that's so real for me, the fact that like the name changed after I showed him and he immediately gave off the energy of like, basically I'm a very credible source, so the universe couldn't make it look like I was even pretending that the names were like different, right? So like the universe couldn't even pretend that like it looked like the names were different, or like, you know what I mean? You get what I mean? Like the universe couldn't pretend that I'm not a credible enough source that I would ever make that joke, or that I would ever not make, you know what I mean? Like the universe couldn't pretend. I'm messing up now, but like I'm messing up because like some of you aren't meant to believe me, and that's okay. Some of you are not meant to get it, some of you are not meant to believe me, so like if you're even gonna comment like, you don't know anything I do, okay? If anyone asked you to prove it, you'd be like, that's not possible, and you wouldn't even know it's not possible. Like, dude, go like learn the alphabet or something. Like, I don't need to have you right here. If you're gonna be like rude about it, like I don't need you to be here. If you don't, you know, if you can't look at another person and assume that they probably do know the basics, and if they're telling you something you never heard of, maybe they just know something you haven't heard of, then you can go learn the alphabet somewhere else, but I don't need to be the one to show you it. Like, I don't need to be the one to show you it. Something really fun that I wanted to tell you about cats that I don't know if I've ever said before online, but that some of you might try to be like, oh, you're so crazy. Sometimes cats are used as servitors temporarily, even if the cat's life is just like an ongoing thing, right? Like that cat is still connected to the cat higher self, right? Like the cat higher self, it's still connected to that. But sometimes cats can get possessed by magicians, by really strong souls, by people with twin flames, because their soul is naturally on the level of being a magician, whether or not they're actually experiencing themselves doing magic, although they should, because, you know, it would be food for their soul if they just did magic, but, or like experienced these magical things consciously. But the point is, there are different ways to be on the level of interacting with your God self, even if you don't know that you're doing it the most. There's different levels to that. But there are people on the planet who can possess cats and wander around in the cat body, hopefully having a decent amount of control, but you never know. If the cat's instincts are like, oh, we gotta go climb this tree right here or something, they're probably gonna end up climbing the tree if that's stronger than the person who's trying to currently operate the cat, right? Cats can get possessed, but it's not gonna be by just like some random spirit. It's going to be by somebody who's able to like break into the mind of the cat, which would be, you know, somebody who has like some level of basic like magical skills like embedded into their soul, whether they're consciously aware of it or not. They don't have to be consciously aware of it, because they could have gone to like some other planet, learned it, came here, not been strong enough to not forget it, but like still have some of the memory of how to do it, basically. So yeah, sometimes cats are one of the animals I see possessed the most. And I don't own a cat, so normally, you know, when a cat does get like possessed by somebody, it'll come over, it'll be like all up like around me, and I'll look into the eyes of the cat and basically see the soul of a specific person that I know, and I'm like, okay, like I can see that like whether you know you're doing it or not, your soul is in that cat's, like a little tiny bit of your soul is like within the cat right now, like chillin', you know, you're like meow, you know, like that. So, you know, smaller animals, when I look at them, it's like, how would I say it? So it's not that they don't get possessed as well. You would think that a smaller body would be easier. Something about a cat is like specifically easy for a lot of like people who are strong. Like, I don't know how to say it. Maybe they have like a specific past life. A lot of these people who possess cats, but I have seen that on multiple occasions, that it was a cat that was possessed by a person who's on the planet as well. Squirrels. Sometimes I see a really, really muscular squirrel, like overly muscular squirrel, to the point where it's like beefed up, and it's like pretending to be a squirrel a little too much, and it's a little too obvious, and it's giving off a little too much energy of I hope nobody's looking at me right now. And then if you can sort of like pretend to look away and you can catch it looking at you and just like, you know, like in the squirrel it's like and you know, it's super muscular because it's almost like overflowing with some of that energy, and I don't know. So I have seen a few of those. But I almost feel like the squirrel is like a servitor for like, it's like, I feel like it's normally like somebody's higher self that like, or not really higher self, but like somebody's like oversoul might be like within the squirrel, but then it like almost doesn't function correctly because the squirrel looks at you like, and you're like, that's not how squirrels look at people, and then it's trying to like randomly dig a hole, and it's like that's not even how squirrels dig holes. Like you're not even pretending to be a squirrel the right way. Like, it's obvious sometimes. Cats are, I've never seen it be somebody's oversoul that possesses a cat. I've seen it be somebody's personal soul, but like either they pretend to not be consciously aware of it or they're not consciously aware of it, but I'm actually leaning towards, on some level, they are consciously aware of it. That's where I'm leaning towards with cats, but it could go either way. Like, it's possible that they're just like really, really strong, but like, and they don't know that they're doing it. But I almost feel like when somebody is like astral projecting to spy on you and it's their personal soul, a cat body would be one of the easiest bodies to show up in. For some reason, I don't know. I don't really know if like smaller animal bodies are like more difficult, but I almost feel like they can be. But it's weird because it's like with a smaller animal body, it's like your soul fragment is, I don't know. I don't know if I don't actually know about the smaller animal bodies. Like if somebody wanted to like possess a wasp, like I really don't know. Like I know what would go into doing it, but I don't really think they would have like that level of a conscious awareness of it. Like they would know that they did it, but would they have a conscious awareness of everything the wasp perceives? I don't feel that they would. But again, like I don't have experience with that specific type personally. But the cat one, I'm really, really familiar with. The cat one, I already know that's like an objectively true, like for my life. Now, I'm not saying it has to be true for yours, but I have experienced the cat one. Of course, like, take or leave whatever, because this is my personal experience. Your personal experience is most likely meant to be different because we are all living in this crazy weird planet. It's so hot out and I gotta go get ready for work. Am I already sweating? I don't know. Why am I asking you? Oh, you can't say anything. Do I not sweat? I feel like I do, but like, what? Why am I not sweating? It's hot out. I don't know, dude. Oh, I have like just a couple more things I wanted to show you. So this, oops, that's 2 different decks. Oop, I have a couple of more decks that I wanted to show you, I guess. I just burped again. Throat chakra clearing. So this one I really love because I really love connecting with like the spiritual higher selves of animals. And just like obviously like normal animals are cool too, but like I really like kind of like the deep like mystical science of like what's really happening here when you see like an animal around you, you know, like who is this energy I feel like? Is that you? And it's like a little bug. Like you know, like it's so cute. It's so cute. So this deck, I don't have the like name with me because I don't know if I threw out the boxes. I might have thrown out the boxes. I think I did because I think At some point, I randomly will like decide, oh, I don't like the boxes, whatever. So, sorry, I'm sweating like under my knees, and I'm like, why? Oh yeah, so basically, these are like all like animals. It's just like a deck of animals. Like you could shuffle it. There's like elements, there's animals. Like it's pretty good. This, whoa, my glasses are like falling off my face, dude. Why? For more peace? For more peace. All right. That's why. Okay. Make sure that you take a moment to like acquire more peace in your life. Like, I don't know if you might feel better if you like meditate or something, but take some time to yourself. Make sure you're like de-stressing your environment, calming down. Oh, a little dragonfly is here with us. It's pretty cute. Okay. So here's another deck. It's basically just like the other one. I think maybe my mom got me this one too, actually. I think she did. Ah, there's like an ant on me or something. Okay. Yeah, I'm basically almost done with this video, but yeah, this is cute. Fun video. I mean, fun deck. Why would I say fun video? Okay. I should do this. Malachite. So this is a piece of resin that I made. It's a little resin altar, so I made this one to connect with the goddess Nyx. I actually want to make some of these and sell them on my Etsy shop, but I want to do them differently. This one I added too much to because it actually takes away from the effect, like you can't even see everything I added. And I put candy in there, so actually in the future I would not put like real candy in there, but I might get like fake candy to put in there because it actually like, it messes up the resin because there's like air or water in there or something weird with candy, or like it changes up like the chemical composition when you actually like add the resin in. But yeah, it actually turned out so cute though. So see, it says Nyx, it has a little symbol, and it just has like a lot of candy in there and glitter. Nyx and Celeste. So that's all I have for the video. Thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.